Yeah, I'm Mel van der Spey, physiotherapist. I've been working with Sarda since it started nearly 32 years ago, volunteering. I worked in a school for mainly cerebral palsy children, but children with physical handicaps also for 32 years. And I've been retired for quite a while now and continue to volunteer at Riding for Disabled.
I'm Dawn Goodley. I'm a physiotherapist. I used to work at one of these special schools, and we used to bring out learners here. When I retired 2 years ago, I came to volunteer here at Sarda.
My name is Nicole Sanders. I am in Paradise Sarda, and I've been riding at Sarda since I was 6.
My name is Matokoza Nhlapo, Mrs. Nhlapo. I have a son, Meludi Nhlapo, at Sarda, and he has been here for a number of years.
I have cerebral palsy, so basically when I was born, both my lungs collapsed. I was born 2 months early, and it affected my whole body, but basically my legs.
Facilitates the equilibrium reactions.
I heard from about Sarda from working at a special needs school. The school I worked for had physically and intellectually challenged learners. And we used to come here, and that's how I really got involved in Sarda. And when I retired, I continued working here, and I came especially on a Wednesday because the class that you saw, they don't always have a physiotherapist accompanying them, and so with the physically disabled children, I do some stretches before they get onto the horse, because a lot of them, the ones that I see are very spastic, and if you've sat on a horse, you'll find out the horse is quite wide and they can't open their legs that far because of their spasticity. So we do a lot of exercises to loosen them up before they get onto the horse, just to improve their posture and so forth.
What improvement have you seen in your son since coming to Sarda?
Well, I've seen a lot of improvement. The first thing that, pleases me is his happiness, just the thought of coming to Sarda. When he enters the Sarda premises, he actually knows. In some other places, he doesn't know where he is, but when he comes to Sarda, he knows that he's entering Sarda, and suddenly his mood, improves, and he claps his hands. He's generally very happy. And for his body, I've seen the improvement in terms of the movement. His knees knock, and that has with the coming to Sarda, suddenly one sees the knees opening, his muscles loosening. Every time that he's been on the horse, you see his body upright, and it's immediate, the improvement that one sees when he's been on the horse.
Well, the way I look at it is, I've heard this phrase, which is often quoted, that 1 hour of riding is worth 20 hours of therapy, and I actually really believe that, because we often see children coming here, a really bad spastic quadriplegic cerebral palsy child whose all 4 limbs are affected, trunk is really bad, and they're stuck like this, and their arms are kind of stuck in stone. And somehow or other, within a few lessons, you get them sitting astride, because that isn't inhibiting. It's sitting astride a horse actually inhibits these abnormal postures and the spasticity, and helps, and the movement of the horse. This movement from side to side actually helps to relax the legs down. And then also we do use perhaps gaiter splints, which keep the arms straight if they're stuck like this, you know, and to help them first of all to hold the pommel, and then eventually with the helpers helping them as well. And that's the thing, is when you're doing therapy in a therapy room, on those big treatment balls that we use, those, what do they call them? Pilates balls, but actually we call them our therapy balls, because that's how it started. We sit them on the ball and we move them from side to side. It's very difficult, and we try to get them to rotate down off the side of the ball and that sort of thing. They can't do without that therapy input, but let me tell you that this really works more immediately, and because you've got all the helpers holding them it's easier, and letting the horse help to facilitate the movement, that a physio, one person on their own, with sometimes really big children, you know, I mean, I used to work with children who were 16, 17, really bad spastic children. It's much easier to put them on a horse, and they're actually then doing something with other people, very often can ride and look as good as anybody else does, any able-bodied person on a horse, what it does for their self-esteem. And eventually they learn to ride and steer the horse, and they develop their hand function that way. Very hard to do all in one go in a therapy room, one person, one-to-one.
You know, Sarda can help so many people. It does already. Most of them are underprivileged people. And to take that away, you're taking away immersion, you're taking away freedom, you're taking away a chance. So give them a chance too. More than that I can't really say, because if it wasn't for them I wouldn't be competing. So yeah, pretty much, yeah. If it wasn't for them I wouldn't have got the colours. I wouldn't have been where I am today, so pretty much that's it.